Hello guys, in this video I'm going to restore this really rather attractive old 1930s Gilbert fan. This is the single speed oscillating fan with a 10-inch blade. I will tell you a little bit more about AC Gilbert a bit later in the video, but for now let's get started. Okay, a little bit of penetrating fluid on these rusty bolts. This base should have some grommets holding it together, but they're missing, which makes life easier. I'm going to take it off and unsolder these two layers. Very simple on-off switch. Right, next job, I'm going to remove the fan cage. This style of cage is actually very typical for early fans. Wouldn't stand a chance of passing today's regulations though. I'm going to look at getting the cage and the little badge on the front re-chromed. I think that'll be a nice finish. I'll be very lucky if none of these tabs break off though. Ah, success. Okay, I'm just going to ease these blades off. And there we go. Okay, don't need that wire now. So I'm going to remove this bolt and then the motor head should come off. Just a little worm screw here that adjusts the fan angle. Remove these two rubber grommets, we'll have some new ones, and there we are, that's the base strip now. Okay, I'm going to remove the oscillating arm. And that's the swivel head removed. No corrosion in there, that's a good thing. And that's the motor out. We'll strip that down a bit later and give it a bit of a clean up. I bet that grease in there has been there a long time. I like to lay things out as I take them off and snap a photo. It's very easy to forget where they came from. This last bit's on a splined collar, I'm just going to tap it out. Finish laying these out and I'll get that photo. While I'm cleaning these up, let me tell you a little bit about AC Gilbert. So, Alfred Carlton Gilbert, born 1884, studied medicine at university, which he funded his way through that as a magician. So in 1909, him and his friend John Pertwee started a company called Misto Manufacturing, producing their Misto Magic Magician set. 1911, Gilbert and his wife came up with the idea of the erector set, which was the American version of Meccano. By 1913, confident in his erector set, Gilbert bought out his partner John Pertwee and renamed the company AC Gilbert & Co. And the company went on to be one of the largest toy producers in the world. From there, somewhere around 1920, making use of the 110-volt motor in the erector set, Gilbert started to make electric fans under the name Polar Club, and then of course the Gilbert fan. After many successful years trading, Gilbert died in 1961 and the company eventually went bankrupt in 1967. Right, okay, let me carry on stripping this motor down. I'm going to give this a good clean. Right, I'm going to give these parts of the motor a good clean. I'm just using a IPA alcohol. And I'm going to use a light machine oil just for all the moving parts. Okay, time to get these parts cleaned up. I do find sandblasting very satisfying, saying goodbye to all that old rust and paint. That's it, all stripped off, ready for spraying. Just need to make sure they're spotlessly clean. Mask off them parts you don't want spraying. I'm giving all the parts a thin coat of etch primer, and that will be followed by a coat, or maybe two, of grey primer. I'm going to wet and dry these with a 2500 paper now, make them nice and smooth. And then finally I'm going to give these a couple of coats of a nice 2K satin black. Okay, onto these parts. These actually can't be chromed, they were originally black, but I'm going to see if I can polish these up. So after a good half hour of polishing, I've got quite a nice shine on them. So I'm going to do now final polish and a coat of lacquer. Okay, I'm going to reassemble these cogs for the oscillator. I'm using a sewing machine grease for them. good dollop in there. And then I'm just going to tap this blind ring back on using an old socket. And we're ready to reattach to the motor casing. That seems to be working okay. I've got this nice twisted cord, but my god, it's hairy. I'm going to singe it off a bit. Okay, pop a new grommet in there. Get these wires soldered up to the motor. And some shrink wrap on there, bit of insulation. And I'm also going to add a nerve to the motor. Black, brass and chrome, nice. I'm just going to put these on finger tight for now because I'll have to come off to put the cage on. And now I can attach the pivot post and the pivot itself. Attach the oscillator arm, which I did actually manage to just polish this up and lacquer it. More new grommets. And now I can reattach the top of the base. Right, I'm hoping this is the line that I've managed to track down. Yeah. I'm going to put some shrink wrap on here, stop these wires fraying back. I'm going to leave a little message for the next restorer. I'll love it when I find one. Bit of grease on this worm screw before it goes back in. And then I'm just going to fight these grommets in. They're quite awkward when they're going through two sheets of metal. these closed grommets, so from the top they look nice. Right, I'm going to get this blade back on and then we're getting close. Got the cage and the badge back from the chromas, they look really nice. Right, to paint the recessed area of the badge, all I did was stretch out a piece of blue roll, spray it, and then before it sets, just gently rub it off. Just got to make sure you don't press too hard, that's all. Yeah, happy with that. Looks nice, let's get it back on the fan. I'm going to use some stainless washers and brass nuts. So there we are guys, back to something like its former glory. Right, let's get a plug on this, see if it works. All we need in the UK now is some warm weather. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Got lots more things to restore, so you might want to subscribe maybe. Okay, thanks for now, goodbye.